Thank you for joining me. This is Fly My Mavic, and this is the DJI Mavic Mini 2. This is the Fly More kit, lent to me by my friend Jeff, so thank you very much, Jeff, for that. I thought I'd just do a quick review on it. In the box, you get the controller, the quad, batteries and battery charger, and various cables. I'll go through those in a moment. First thing is the controller. It's the new style, like the Mavic Air 2 has. If you remember, this was the controller for the Mavic Mini. Well, this is the Spark, but the Mavic Mini had the same controller. This is the phone thing though. I'm not sure you're going to get an iPad in there. I can get my phone in there with about sort of that much to spare. On the front of it there are some buttons. There's a function button. Now don't be fooled by the instructions that say it's programmable. It's not programmable, it just tilts the camera up and down. Maybe later on down the line with the firmware update it might do more. You've got your return to home button there, nicely located. It's also the pause button if you fly missions, which again I don't think the Mini does yet. You've got your cine mode, normal mode and sport mode switch there. Power button, and up here you have a switch between video mode and picture mode. There's no more two buttons as there are with most controllers. You now press it to go to video mode or press it to go to picture mode. Button here is for taking video or picture, and of course you've got the gimbal wheel. On the bottom you've got storage space for the thumb screws because they come off, and you've also got a USB-C socket as well, so you can charge this while you're flying. The lead sits in the top up here, and it's a USB-C lead. This one is the Android. There's also a USB-C to USB-C and a USB-C to Lightning cable, which is really, really good. You also get this, the QC3 charger. It outputs 5, 9 and 12 volts, so it will fast charge. And this is the battery pack. You get 3 batteries, obviously with it being the Fly More kit. Also can be used as a power bank, so you can charge up something with what remains of your batteries. To charge all the batteries up takes a whopping 3 hours and 43 minutes. So it's about an hour and 15 per battery. I've not actually tested one in the quad, I've just done them all on the actual charge unit. So if you're going to be flying in the morning, you're going to have to charge these batteries up the night before, either that or get up really, really early in the morning. The quad itself is exactly the same as the Mini 1. In fact, looking at it without seeing the sticker on here, it reminds me of my old Mini 1. The only difference is underneath there's a button here that was the light on the Mini 1. That's the button there. And there's also a little light at the front, which I will show you a little bit later in the video. Still a little bit sick that DJI produced the Mini 1 and then managed to produce the Mini 2 with the same weight but with 4K and OcuSync. But that's DJI for you. They're a very, very clever company. So let's pop over to the DJI website and I'll show you what video modes are available on this quad. 4K is 24, 25 and 30 frames, 2.7K, 24, 25 and 30, and HD is 24, 25, 30, 48, 50 and 60 frames. There's also a zoom function which I'll show you in a moment when I start the quad up. So that's the phone mounted there. I'll just power on the quad itself. Makes your usual chimey startup noise. I'm going to plug in the lead to the phone and we're going to start the app up itself. In the app you've got your normal layout for the Fly app, but you've also got this little button here which is your zoom button. If you tap it, it changes between 1, 2 and 4 if you're in 1080p, but if you hold it you can actually scroll up and down to give a little bit of a finer zoom like this, which is rather nice and neat. So up to 4 times zoom. Be aware though, if you are in 2.7 you can only go up to 2 times zoom, and if you're in 4K again you can only go up to 2 times zoom. You can't go any higher than that. The reason I put the app on is I want to show you these lights that they decided to put on. Looking at the app here you can see there's front led mode, there's breathing mode, there is disable and there's rainbow. In breathing mode, if I show you the front of the quad, as you can see on the front of the quad now the light is going on and off and it's pulsing. I'll just tap on orange and you can change it to orange, and we can change it to blue, and we can put it to just your standard sort of white colour. And if you go into rainbow mode, basically what it does, it just cycles through all the colours, or you can simply just turn it off. Seeing as how the quad will be flying away from you most of the time, you're unlikely to be worrying about what that front led's doing. Other than that, the Fly app is the exact same for this particular quad. There's no difference with it whatsoever, which is a shame really, because the Go 4 app was more than suitable. Why DJI decided to go with a new app completely is beyond me. Last thing to mention is this button here. Now this button is called the Quick Connect button. So far, I've not been able to get it to work. The idea is, I'll show you. You press and hold it. 1, 2. Makes a beep noise. On the app, as you can see, you get sensor malfunction. And the quad makes a noise like that. And what should happen is you get this little pop-up and it says DJI Mini. You click on connect. It then changes from OcuSync to Wi-Fi. And then you're able to transfer your files from the quad to your phone, tablet, device, etc. However, I've had absolutely no luck whatsoever in getting this to work. Every time I've tried it, it quite simply says connection failed. Restart aircraft and try again, which I have done. I'm not even attempting to get it to work. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Maybe it's because I've got no SD card in. But that's it. Obviously, with the new rules coming into the UK now, what you can fly. This is a sub 250, so you can fly this in more places than you can, say, for instance, a Mavic Pro, the Mavic Air, or the Spark. Yes, I will be buying myself one as soon as I get some money, because I'm skint after Christmas. But yes, it is a good quad. I do like it. One thing you obviously are waiting for is the speeds. Now, I can tell you, the speeds of this. In normal mode, you'll get 20 mile an hour, 21, 22 depending. In sport mode, you'll get a nice 35 mile per hour. Up speeds and down speeds, 4 mile an hour 6 mile an hour in normal mode, and it'll climb at 11 mile per hour in sport mode. Battery life, well, that's been a bit of a strange one. I took it out in the garden yesterday and I flew it around the estate where I live, and I did some hovering in the garden, and I managed to achieve 27 minutes of flight. But today I took it out to the field and I did a full test at the field, and I only managed to achieve 24 minutes of flight. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe because I was going at 20 mile per hour. If you actually refer to DJI's instructions, it says on their webpage 31 minutes measured while flying at 4.7 meters in windless conditions. I did a quick check because I do mile per hour, and that works out at about 10 mile per hour, which is half the speed. I suppose any quad would get a really good flying time if you're only flying at half the normal speed. So never expect to get 31 minutes unless you maybe put it in cine mode. You're just sort of tootling along and flying around maybe that way. It's a bit wrong to say 31 minutes, I think, DJI. I think you should be saying, well, flying at normal speed in normal mode, you'll get 24 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever it is. If you've got one of these and you have got more than 25 minutes, then obviously do let me know in the comments below. So that's my review of the Mavic Mini 2. Yes, I'm going to get one because I can fly it in more places. But that's the only reason. And I passed my operator and my flyer ID. I paid me £9 to those robbing people at the CAA who insisted that I can only fly now if I've got a sticker stuck on. I'm not sticking a sticker on this because this isn't mine. But when I get mine, I will stick my little operator ID on it for it. So that's it. Fly My Mavic, reviewing the Mavic Mini 2. Thank you very much indeed for watching. As always, no matter where you fly, always fly safely.